everyone, welcome back. We are there. We're on our new journey. This is 20 weeks before Christmas. Can you believe it? I'm a Christmas nut. I don't like just Christmas Day. I start the day after Labor Day all the way through the holiday. I love everything about the fall and the holiday season, but that's not why we're here. So stay tuned and we're going to chat about what's happening in the Wilson household. Okay, so here's the thing. A video or two ago, I talked about, when your house becomes a house and not a home anymore, and when you just feel like you need to take back your house, and that's where I'm at. We had gotten very busy in life doing all kinds of things, raising our kids, and involved in all kinds of extracurricular activities. Then my dad was ill for a couple of years. Then my dad passed away, and now we're kind of reorganizing and helping my mom through that. But now we're at a point where the dust is settling in a lot of ways. My son is in his last year of homeschooling. My oldest two kids are doing their thing. My mom is coming along. And we have decided here in our home, in this Wilson household, that the house is no longer running the show. But we are taking back our house to create a home once again that we can feel comfortable. We can feel like it's really home. It's a place to kick your shoes off, put your feet up. But I want a well-organized home, a decluttered home, and a home that reflects me, my personality, my hobbies, my desires, my likes, and what makes a home special to my family. I want my husband to always feel at home. I want my son to always feel at home. Does that sound silly? Well, there was a time in my life when my oldest was living here, and I was so worried about things being put in its proper place and put things away that I forgot and lost the joy of raising children and having them in my home. And I had a rude awakening, and all confession here, I don't always share all those details of my life, but my oldest son made a remark, and he said, I no longer feel like this is my home because I have to keep everything in my room, and I'm not allowed to have things outside of that. And it hit me like right here, between the eyes, like a brick just hit me. And I realized that I had been so diligent on keeping a house meticulously clean that I lost the idea of it is still our home. That means there will be a pair of shoes sitting on the floor. That means I'll have my jewelry sitting in the top of a bookcase, and my husband will have his wires and bits and bobs laying around. But you know what? When the house is fairly tidy and the house is well organized, those things don't matter. It's when we get caught up in the wrong things. So I don't want this decluttering journey of ours to become this huge, overwhelming task. I don't want it to create an atmosphere in your home or in my home where we are so concerned about decluttering that we've lost sight of the people that live in the home. And so I just wanted to remind both you and me personally, that decluttering is just getting rid of the things we no longer need or want to make room for the things that we do need and want. Does that make sense? I'm not a minimalist. I've said that before, and I know many of you are. I don't know if maybe it's my generation. We're not minimalists. We like to collect. I have lots of hobbies. My husband has hobbies. My youngest son that lives home has hobbies. We enjoy things. We're having people over for dinner this week, and I want to be able to create a warm and inviting place. But when you have clutter in the home and things are piled everywhere because they don't have a home, that's what kind of makes the house a little bit of a overwhelming place to be. So, here's the scoop. You ready for this? This is the 20th week before Christmas. So if we declutter our home, one area of our home or one topic, however you want to look at it, of our home for every week before Christmas, by the time Christmas comes, we would have decluttered 20 areas of our home. Now, I'm going to do my best to stick to these 20 weeks. But maybe you can only do things, once a month. Maybe that's about all you can handle for whatever reason. You do that once a month. We still have, 4 or 5 months before Christmas? That still means if you could only do one thing a month, you would have 4 or 5 things done before Christmas. So here's what I'm doing. I'm decluttering books this week, and I just thought this was so fitting because it's a Christmas book. I love buying these hardcover books, and they have, recipe ideas in them, and they have craft ideas in them. It's just fun to look at. I love these coffee table books. I get these for 75 cents out at the thrift stores in Pennsylvania. I love getting 3 or 4 of them, and for the season, I'll get 3 or 4 for the fall season, and I get 3 or 4 for the holiday season, Christmas, and then I'll get them in the spring for Easter time and springtime. I enjoy looking through them. For $1.25 that I would have spent at the Dollar Tree, these are 75 cents. And I know some people would say it's a waste of money, but for me, it's a hobby. I love looking through them. I get ideas from them. I just enjoy looking at recipes and everything. But you know what? This is last year's book. It's time to go back and bless somebody else. I'm also going to be going through my magazines. And I have a stack of magazines, a farmhouse, country sampler. Some of these are things that people gave me. Grit, somebody bought me a subscription to that. These I'm actually saving for a friend of mine that is a big gardener, and we're hoping to see them late October. And actually, she has her own YouTube channel. We're hoping to visit her and her family, and I'll be bringing these to her. So I got a bunch of magazines there. I'm going through cookbooks, and I've got cookbooks. Here's one on candy. I've never used it. This is one that somebody recommended, and they love this book. I don't like it. Here's another book that was recommended to me. Don't like it. I've got the complete Betty Crocker complete canning guide. I've never used it. Some of the things that I find, I'll look up recipes online, or I'll watch another YouTuber do things, and I will follow how they do it. So some of these things, most 99% of these were either free, 25 cents, 50 cents, at most $1. And I've had them a while, and I've looked through them. I've enjoyed them, but it's time to bless somebody else. So this week, on the 20th week, we're going through books and magazines and anything in that category. I have had a couple pictures in the beginning of the video and a couple of pictures at the end of the video of the areas in my home where I store books. We're going to go through those this week. We're going to take a whole week and go through them. It might even take me 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but I will finish that task of the books. Now next week, on the 19th week, we're going to be going through any CDs, DVDs, video, VHS. Yes, VHS. We still have a VCR. I know, antiquated it might be, but we have some VHS tapes that, why go out and buy a DVD when I maybe watch it once or twice a year, and it still works, the VCR still works, and until that thing gives up the ghost, I'm going to continue hanging on to them, because that's, something I purchased years ago, and why waste more money on having a duplicate item when I can still watch it on VHS. That's just my philosophy and my husband's. But we're going to go through that. So I have 2 PDFs, not 4, only 2. If you go on my website, you will find under a 20-week declutter, I think is the title on it, and you can go check it out. I have 1 PDF that you can print out, it's a free printable, of what I'm doing in the next 20 weeks. The holiday 20-week declutter journey, and this is what we're doing. This is the next 20 items that I am decluttering. Now, I have been working on this throughout the year, so what I also have is the second PDF, which breaks it down to 52 weeks a year. And you think, what? Once you've done it 1 year and you've gone through it, every year, if you piggyback onto that, it gets easier and easier because you find yourself staying more organized in those areas that you've decluttered. So if you want to join me on the next 20 weeks, I have a printout for that. You can go ahead and print that up. If you want one to continue on after what we're currently doing, then you can just scroll down to where we've left off and pick up. Some of those things, like I said, I've already done. So for me, once I finish these 20 items, then the next item on the list would be round 2 of going through, for example, my kitchen appliances and my kitchen drawers and so on. So if you follow my 52-week list, at the end of the year, you would have gone through your home and decluttered 52 areas of your home. Now, some of those things on there will not pertain to you. I have things such as toys, puzzles, and games. I've had kids in the house. We play family games. We do family puzzles. So we do things like that. Maybe that's not the case with you. I have things on cleaning up crafts or hobbies. Maybe you're not into crafts and hobbies. That's okay. Just replace something that's on my list with something that pertains to your home. Every home is different. We all have different interests. So it's a guideline, but I'd love for you to join me. It would be so cool if you and I were kind of decluttering the same thing. And leave a comment below if you're doing your books this week. What kind of books did you get rid of? What kind of things, you might have gone through all your books and said, you know what? I found absolutely no books I want to get rid of. I love all my books. No problem. But it gave you the opportunity to still look through what you do have and to clean out and reorganize what you have and maybe dust the shelves and, put the books back where they need to be. And like anything, if you're going to declutter and you're going to get rid of some things, I'm not just getting rid of them for the sake of getting rid of them. I'm getting rid of them because I no longer need or want them. But it's making room for the things I would like to get. And I'll be heading out in the next few weeks, visiting with some friends out in Pennsylvania. We're thrift shopping. I've got a group of girls going. I can't wait. We're going to be looking for items. I'm going to be looking for my holiday books for this year that I can put on my coffee table and enjoy. So go check out those 2 printables. I hope you join me. I would really think it's cool that we can be doing the same thing in all of our homes over the next 20 weeks. And then next week, you'll have another video on the 19th week of what I'm doing, and I'll show you some pictures of that. Thanks so much. You have a great day. We'll catch you all on the next video.